Beauty gang, so I'm back with a video finally. Today we're gonna do some small starter locks on this nice thick hair. So yeah, let's get started. And in this clip I'm going through and separating my first section off. So typically when I'm doing starter locks, I separate the hair like a braider would, I guess. So I'll separate it into 3 sections, do one going across the back like you see here, and then one going across the top from ear to ear, and that'll create my last 2 sections. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, like where you put the headband at? Yeah, I part going across the top part of your head. And yeah, that creates my 3 sections. And then this back part, it'll be 2 or 3 rows depending on the size of the client's head and what's going on, because in the nape and around the perimeter it tends to be thinner. No matter how thick a person's hair is, it tends to be thinner in that part. So depending on what's going on with that determines how many sections I have in the back. And this client, she ended up having 3 rows in the back after I finished parting. In the next clip, I'm gonna show you all my process for starting locks. I did mention this earlier, but she's getting it done with the 2-strand twist method, so it won't be coiled all the way down to the bottom. So y'all will see how that is done here shortly. Okay, so as y'all can see, I made my part, and now I'm gonna take my foam and wrap lotion, or my curling mousse, as Design Essentials calls it, but it's basically like foam and wrap lotion. And I move it, you know, rake it throughout the hair. I'm taking the gel that's left over from when I created her part and combing it down to the roots so they'll be more sleek. And then yeah, I'm going to take a small piece of the hair after I make sure the hair is real saturated and separate my next small piece to create the lock. And I take it and coil it a couple of times, and then I'll separate it into 2 halves and start twisting down. And as I'm twisting down, you see me take my pinky and separate a piece and switch it off to the other side. Now, I don't know if that makes sense, but when you're doing a 2-strand twist method, depending on the texture of a client's hair, like it may be more prone to coming down. So in order to help prevent that or keep that to a minimum, you could split the pieces off and switch the sides. I don't know, y'all will see it here in a second. Let me keep going. So starting locks with the 2-strand twist method is great for people who want a little more volume at the start of their journey. And honestly, in my opinion, it's just a different look, because I do think that the traditional coils lock faster because there's no separation in the hair, if that makes sense. But either way, like, you'll end up locked over time with whatever method you decide to use. Okay, so again, I am making my small section, taking the hair and coiling it a few times, then separating it into 2 pieces and twisting down. And as I twist down, hopefully you all can see it from this angle. So I could show y'all what I mean when I say to separate the hair off. You see it's 2. Right now I'm gonna take some hair from one of the sides and move it over to the other side. think I do get a couple more angles for y'all to see it. But as you can see, I am also twisting to the right, because most of us tend to retwist to the right because we're right-handed. So that's also how I'm two-strand twisting the hair. So whenever she comes back to get her locks maintained, when I'm retwisting it to the right, the hair will already be going in that direction. So you'll see me slightly palm rolling it just so it can lay a little tighter at the roots, that's all. Okay, y'all, so these are the finished results. Look at how pretty and full those are. So I tend to do my parts like this on smaller locks because I just feel like it's small, but it has more hair in the parts. Like, they're not small squares. I don't know if that makes sense. I just feel like it'll be more secure that way and less likely to break over time. I don't know. It's a theory I'm testing out still. But anyway, this is the style we did on her. And she was my first set I did that day. I actually did two. Here's the second set I did that day. They have such beautiful, full, thick hair. Ugh, I love it. I love it. I love it. But anyway, like and subscribe for more.